Karina here on Thursday, which is almost Friday, the 30th of November, with some very serious news updates for you. MOBA's viewer Nate left a comment to inform us of the latest breaking news in the race to smoke the world's largest joint. We told you about the failed attempt in Amsterdam because the quantity of pot necessary would surpass legal limits. Well, it looks like there's another attempt gearing up in LA. How? The organizer is a bona fide medical marijuana user and will smoke it in a legally designated area. He'll do it New Year's Eve and has even invited local dignitaries like the mayor if, quote, they brought a doctor's note. Cheeky stoners. Another thanks to a viewer, Guillaume, for sending in a tidbit to complement the stories we did last week about digital cameras. It turns out the number of megapixels is even less important than we thought. His example was that the Mars rover camera only had one megapixel. What in God's name does anyone need 10 for? Lesson is, it's all about the lenses, folks. We love statistics fun, so here are a couple of discouraging ones. Why can't we ever find fun ones? Anyways. In the InStat survey quoted on ZDNet, we find that 15% of people now carry 2 mobile phones. 75% of smartphone users also carry a PDA, and 80% of folks with camera phones also carry their digital camera around. Now, we couldn't find the original report to find out if that's 15% of people in the US or Europe, but any place where that many people need that many phones isn't a place I think I want to be. Here's another place people increasingly don't want to be, it seems. Digg.com. Textually.org had an interesting post on people's problems with it. It's a popularity contest. It's a lot of muck, old and inaccurate news, even spam. People are disenchanted, which is interesting in light of the mission of this site, NewsTrust, which has just recently gone public. Now, the idea is that members here are evaluating on the basis of good journalism, and they've got a big review process set up to keep the muck out. It sounds good, but will it not fall prey to the same problems as Digg? Some of its members are professionals, but most are just, well, who knows who? How do we know that they know what good journalism is? Here's another seemingly eternal Web 2.0 debate. Wikipedia. Is it any good? There was the study comparing it to the Encyclopedia Britannica that said they weren't doing a bad job. And now there's this odd finding. Experts rate Wikipedia higher than non-experts do. The proposed explanation: experts know what they're talking about. Non-experts know that they don't know what they're talking about and so are generally more distrustful. Who knew? In sad news, Google Answers is dead. Google announced it will no longer accept new questions after the end of this week. They really should have a best of page though. In the Google blog, they mention a few like, how many dinosaurs are in a gallon of gasoline? But when I browse, all I manage to find is, if free will is defined by freedom of choice, where do our choices come from? Yeah. Now for the sadder news. Illustrator Dave Cockrum, famous for his work on the X-Men series, died earlier this week, in Superman pajamas, under a Batman blanket. And his family says he'll be cremated in a Green Lantern t-shirt. That is dedication. I mean, I love this place, but I'm not getting cremated in a MOBA's TV t-shirt. More likely my Dr. Seuss one. That's it for today. Until we meet again, what t-shirt would you take with you to the next life?